I know it's a good thing, right? When you're happy and you're in a relationship and it's a good, but for me, I think it's very important to live together first, right? Because you find out, your deal breakers. You find, here's an example. When he and I were living together, he broke his leg, which, whatever, I guess hurts, but shut up. So he was just like hobbling around the house, oh, my leg, and I was like, I said, you need to take your Vicodin. Take your Vicodin. The doctor gave you all that Vicodin. You need to take it. He said, Sarah, I don't like to take prescription medication. And that's when I knew. I was like, I need a Xanax just to get through the battle rounds on The Voice. So. But I do miss a couple things about, living alone is fun until you order delivery. And because I like to order several options. Maybe something will last a couple days. So I order several meals. And I know that when the delivery people show up, they're like, oh. So I know they're on to me, but I literally every time I'm like, food's here. Well, he probably can't hear me. He's in the shower, because we just got done fucking. The other thing I hate about living alone, I hate single grocery shopping because I'm not home a lot, I'm not in town a lot, so I only buy a few quick things when I'm out at the grocery store. And I guess I need to make a list, because if you make a list, then you can look at what all your items together might look like to someone else when they're in a basket. So here's an example. I was grocery shopping. This happened in June, which will make sense in a second. But I was grocery shopping, and I was going through the line. I had everything on the conveyor belt, and then there were these two guys behind me, kind of cute, early 30s guys, and they were staring at me, and I was like, oh, here we go, Can't even go to the grocery store anymore. So then I was bending over, oh, I need some gum. And then I realized they're not looking at me at all, right? They're looking at the conveyor belt, and that's when I became painfully aware of what was on there. I had 2 bottles of vodka, with the handle, the kind with the handle. Tampons. Skittles. I was hungry. And 2 Father's Day cards. Oh my God, these guys aren't checking me out. They're just looking at me like, oh my God, look at that girl with her period and her drinking problem and all those dads. But my friend who's doing, she's doing online dating. How many people here are doing I keep saying online dating like I'm 100, but on the online, when you go in, anybody here doing it? Thank you for being honest. The rest of you are fucking liars. You're liars. There are millions and millions of websites and millions of people on them. Really, out of all of you, just those 2 are on it? Fuck you, I'll find you. I will. I have a great memory for faces and nothing but time on my hands. I will go home tonight and I will find you on Farmers Only. I know you're on there. Have you guys seen, by the way, the Farmers Only, the dating website? Oh my God, I'm obsessed with it. If you don't know what it is, it's a dating website for farmers only. And the commercials are my favorite thing in the world. If you haven't seen one, you need to go home tonight and you need to Google it and then maybe throw out your computer. But there's just a guy in a field and then a goat runs by. Pretty fast. And then all of a sudden this voice comes on and goes, Farmers Only. City folk just don't get it. Oh my God, I don't get it. Which one are you on? Which dating website? Okay, Cupid. Oh my God, that's the one that my friend's on. Yes, no, yeah? Are you having any? No. Do you want to meet that guy? Because okay, Cupid, it's so funny because she's on it. She's been on it for like 3 months, and she's just so bitter about being single. So she's been on it, and like 3 months into it, and nobody is like winking at her or poking her or, well, that is the problem. But I was like, I think that's weird too, because she's a really pretty girl, like brunette, like, big boobs. And I was like, that's so weird to me, because that's all you see at first is the picture. He doesn't know that she's a raging alcoholic whore. So, so I was like, that's weird, So I go, let me look at your profile, because that's, the picture is the first thing. And there's a really good picture of her. She's like, she's by the beach, but then she's wearing like a businessy top. Because apparently research says if you want to take a fun photo by the beach, then you also need to wear a shirt that says you can be serious. Like people thought about this. It's like a mullet. It's like, like business in front, party in the back photo. So I was like, so that's good. And then because she does have really, really big boobs, and they were in there, but they weren't out too much, but they were properly placed where a guy could be like, yeah, I want to put my dick in those, like. Which, by the way, guys, that's just for you. There's not, if your lady does that for you, that's for you. There's nothing that we gain. Nothing. I have had some pretty bad days in my life. And not once did I go, you know what would make this better? If somebody would just slap their dick right here. So she has this good picture, and then I start reading her profile, and like I said, I'm used to the one that's like, what are you reading right now? They don't give a shit about that anymore. The first question they asked, which I guess is kind of normal, they ask if you'll have sex before marriage, and hers said no, so I was like, well, we need to change that, or you're gonna fucking die alone. Right, is there anybody here, by the way, by round of applause, anybody waiting for marriage to have sex? Oh, you are? Oh, no, he's like, I'm saying whatever I can at this point. No, and if anybody is, by the way, I think that's great. Like, good for you. If anybody wants to wait until marriage for like a religious reason or a family reason, good, you should. It's just not for me. I feel like I need to know that I'm sexually compatible with somebody before I agree to spend the rest of my life with them, right? Like, what if I agree to that bullshit? What if I agree to that bullshit and then I go on my honeymoon and my husband takes off his pants and then he just doesn't have a penis? And that's not like a small penis reference, guys. Don't get all, it's fine. We can work. I'm talking about literally doesn't have one. Like, oh, sorry, I lost it in a war. You never asked.